another cracking edition of the Ballarat Football Netball League Netball Show, kick-starting 2018 season. My name's Yeendy, I'm joined by Grace. The adrenaline is flowing. We're getting ready for a really big start to the season. A bit of a delayed start around our Goldfields, that this league has sort of started a little bit later, but I think everyone's gathering in anticipation of what's going to unfold. Yeah,
it's going to be huge. Obviously very exciting to be back on court, all the Ballarat Footy Club, so let's hope it's a good weekend of netball. Let's
start with our first game. We've got Sunbury versus Redan down at Clark Oval. This is going to be a really good game between the two line sides. Tell us a little bit about Redan. There's got a bit of a change-up.
Yeah, so Kate McMahon's obviously still at the helm, which is great for the Redan Netball Club, but they've had a bit of a change in their personnel in terms of their A grade lineup. There's a lot of girls there that might be playing A grade for the first time we haven't really had a good look at. I know Mel Thomas comes across from North Ballarat City and gets her first crack at a regular spot in the A grade team, so it'll be a different look team. They've got the challenge of gelling together from the get-go and certainly don't come up against an easy team to start with.
Well, they come up against the reigning premiers led by Adam Bolston, who's really keen to go around again as a coach, and he's one of the better coaches going on in the region. He knows how to bring the best out of his players, and he's got some good talent behind him as well again this year.
Yeah, he does. He has a knack of getting some really good players to the club. They're always very well stocked in the VNL department. They get a lot of high quality players just because they're close to the Melbourne, I would say. But yeah, he does a great job getting them all on the same page and making sure they get results.
How do you think this one will pan out?
I think Sunbury for me are too strong. They're just an elite team on paper and on court, and I think judging by last year's form and the team that they've put on the park again this year, I think they'll be too strong for a new look Redan.
I'm with you on that one. I think it'll be a really good chance for Redan, just with a bit of a change up in lineup, just to get an idea of that's where the benchmark is, what improvements they need to make in the following weeks to see what they need to do to get around that mark. Obviously a different side of what we saw last year, these two teams having many great games last year, and won't be as close as those games, but no doubt it'll be a good contest nonetheless. As we turn attention to Backer Smash and Darley, it's been an interesting game.
Yeah, it will be. Darley have got the new coach in Chris Bandel. He's done a pair of work with those girls. It's a very similar look team, but he's got obviously his own coaching mechanisms in place, and with their speed and their youth across the court, I think they might be too strong for Backer Smash in this one.
Yeah, exactly. I'm hoping Backer Smash do put on a pretty solid performance here, but it'll be a good day between two quality rivals. But Darley, it'd be hard to tip against them at this start of the season, given how well they have looking at the moment. Another game which has certainly raised a few eyebrows for the better. We've got Melton versus Melton South, another good local rivalry between the two sides. But we talk about change-ups like we did with Redan. Melton South have got a few key change-ups, not just in the coaching department, but also in the playing department.
Yeah, so Alan Watson was the AFL Goldfields Coach of the Year last year, and obviously knows his stuff, and for him to come across from Lansfield and go to Melton South is huge for that club, and it's my understanding that he's taken half the Lansfield team with him, so they'll have 5 Lansfield A-grade players, which Lansfield obviously played off in a grand final last year, so yeah, they should be a much improved team going into this season.
And I think that's full credit to Alan as a coach as well, is that he does command the respect and admiration of his players, and players are willing to play for him. So I think that's really good. And Melton South, they haven't had the best run in recent times, sort of languishing in the bottom half of the ladder in recent seasons. So for someone like Alan Watson, as you mentioned, the reigning AFL Goldfields Netball Coach of the Year, to come in and really breathe some life back into that part of the club, as we've seen with the footy over the last sort of 12 to 18 months. Your tip with this one?
Definitely Melton South for me. I can't see Melton are still very much in their development phase, and I can't see them being strong enough to beat Melton South in this one.
Be a good experience for Melton, just to sort of, as we mentioned before about Redan, just sort of see where some of the elite competition's coming from. We turn our attention. We've got a big game between we've got East Point and Ballarat Swans. This is going to be a really interesting contest.
Yeah, it will be interesting. New coaches at both clubs. Joe McMillan takes over at East Point, and Lisa James, sorry Lisa, I forgot your name for a second there, takes over at Ballarat Swans. Ballarat Swans have got a couple of new recruits. They've got Annie and Emma Hills, who come in from the Central Highlands League. They've been juniors with us for a long time, so it'd be great to see them in an A-grade encounter in the BFNL. They've been our juniors. We like seeing our juniors take up the senior position, so that'll be a really good match. They're both very skillful girls, one at either end, so I think in an upset I might go with Swans.
I'm going to stick with East Point. They're just such an experienced lineup, and the way they go about their netball is very, very impressive. Another big game over at Marty Bush to close out the coverage. We've got Sebas versus North Ballarat City, and this is going to be probably going to be the match of the round.
Yeah, it probably is. North Ballarat City obviously have been a fairly strong team in the competition for the last couple of seasons, and Sebastian, no doubt, one of the developing teams. Georgia Cairn does a great job each year getting those girls all on the same page, and they love their netball, and they've got a couple of big inclusions. They've got Maddie Quayle. Maddie Quayle is a former league best and fairest winner in the juniors for Ballarat Football Netball League, so she'll add a bit of depth and speed to their defensive structure, whereas North Ballarat, they're probably a strong team on paper, but it's just a matter of getting all those girls on the court.
Yeah, fingers crossed we can see the best of both lineups on display. I think tip for this one, I'll probably go Sebas in this one. What do you reckon?
I think if North Ballarat City get their girls on the court, the McDonald sisters, and there's a few others in there that have got BNL experience, if they get all of them along with the McCants, I think North Ballarat City will probably take the points.
Well, they are the reigning grand finalists, and they'll be looking to make amends after going down in the decider last year, so hopefully they put their best on the court, as Sebas will. It is Saturday night netball. There's plenty of great things you can do in the community, but nothing better than getting along and watching that one. Grace, thanks so much for joining us on the show. We look forward to catching up with you next week.
No worries, thanks, Andy.